Are you familiar with Jeremy Horn?
I don't follow. You got to ask. Cody Lashley is your spirit animal. That's who you got. He is. He loves the draft. He loves all this. Dave, let me ask you this: how many days before Jay taps out and cries "Uncle," having to have that damn Cam Newton picture as his
Oh, I won't.
profile?
He will not cry uncle. He is one of the. So one thing I'll say about this. One thing I love about Jay is his passion for the game.
Tuesday, Wednesday.
No, he'll rock it the entire week. I guarantee he will. He honors his word.
2 days later.
No, he honors his word. If he
Ain't gonna bother me a bit, man.
Yeah,
ain't gonna bother me a bit.
The little stuff don't bother him like that, so he'll rock it. If he loses the bet, he loses. But tell you what, though, being an MMA fighter and also a passionate guy, he's one of the most stubborn, hard-headed SOBs I've ever met in my life.
Obviously, we bet that much. No, duh, we already saw it. My man committed to it. He said, "I'm gonna do this."
He's passionate, man. That's what I love about how to have as a partner, man. He's passionate.
Dude, Tony, I'm going to tell you this. When you get in, have you ever even stepped inside a cage just to feel what it's like to be inside there? It is tiny as hell when you get in there. And then when you hear it click, when you hear that door click, it like shrinks another 15 feet, it feels like, to where you feel like you're literally breathing on the other guy. I tell Dave this is my quote, you have to be off the chains to compete in that sport more than once. Like everybody, I've seen a lot of people do it once, get out and be like, yep, okay, I'm never doing that again. Like to get in there more than once, you're off the chains. Yeah.
It's like doing being a punt returner in the NFL. I feel like you got to be one of the craziest.
Something is not connected right inside your brain to do that. And want to keep doing it.
Now it makes sense, Jay.
One thing that
now you understand it better.
Your brain does not fully develop till you're roughly 25 years old. That's why we send young people to war, because they're dumb enough to run at bullets. Because after 25, how about this? I always tell this. You want to talk about your quote? I got a quote for you. My quote is this. I always tell people, my students, this too. Is old people get drunk and they don't jump off bridges and do dumb shit. 18-year-olds get drunk and freaking do a backflip off of this and break their arm or whatever, because y'all's brains ain't developed yet. That's the thing, is that like by the time you're 25, you realize I ain't supposed to hear the click of the MMA ring. That ain't smart move. Nah, kudos to you. I teach history. I've never felt the feeling of being in the ring like that. It's awesome though. I'm a boxing fan though, more than MMA.
I was a Muay Thai guy. Muay Thai Jiu-Jitsu. I like having my hands on people.
I hear you.
But that being said, Tony, are you willing? Now, I've put mine out there. Now, we do a post-game show right after. Are you available, win or lose, to come on and chit-chat with us for a while after the game? Because we'd love to have you on.
We have a post-game. That's the problem, is we do a post-game show as well. So,
when do you guys do it immediately after the game?
We try to do this. We obviously don't go as soon as the dollars, the clock strikes, but because getting the internet, the live crap working all the time is such a damn pain in the ass.
Yeah.
So it's a 4:25 game, right? Or for us, Eastern time, 4:20, 4:10, whatever the hell it is. That's probably a 7:30 post-game show. So that's kind of where we're at for that. I don't know, man. It just depends. If it's a win, I don't know. I mean, look, I might be able to pop in. Oh, just hit me on Twitter. Maybe. We'll see what our time is looking like.
Okay.
We would greatly appreciate it.
Even somebody can pop in for a minute and pop out. Maybe I could send Cody over.
Ooh. Yeah, we don't care. You guys you can send anybody over from the crew, man. We would appreciate it.
How about this? I promise this is that if the Panthers win, I'm coming on this show.
So you won't come on if you lose?
Yeah, if we win, I'm coming on. I'm crashing this party if we win. And
it gets cantankerous when it's on a loss.
I will also come on. Here are my two caveats. If we win, I will definitely come on. And if Devontae Adams gets that 150 and 2 TDs, I will come on.
Oh, there you go. All right. It's on live tape now. So we got it. It's all on recording, man. Dude, why don't you, before we take our break and let you out of here so we can finish up the show, why don't you just let everybody know where to find your podcast, all the guys, how to follow all you guys, all your tags, all your stuff like that, because you know what? We've had a great week already with you. I hope we get back with you on Sunday, but just plug everybody out there because you guys are a definite great group. You do a great show. I was thoroughly entertained for the 3 hours I listened to it while I was doing my chores today and stuff. So go ahead and plug everybody out there, Tony. Thank you again for coming on.
Well, first, thank you for having me on, guys.
It's
fun. It's fun to talk football with other fans that love their teams and love a sport. And, you know, I got into talking about this because I got tired of talking about politics. And I swear to God, I started our podcast and all this because I got angry about arguing politics with people. And I said, it's so much easier just to hate the Atlanta Falcons.
I live in Georgia. How do you think I feel?
I swear to God, that's why I love football, is because this is the end of the day. We're having a good time. You know, it's recreation. We're cheering for our team. So thank you for having me on. My name, you can find our podcast. We're live on Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. We broadcast on YouTube, and it's syndicated on iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, wherever you get your podcast, just like you guys are listening right now. So all you got to do is Google the C3Panthers Podcast. And hell why don't you just Google Carolina Panthers Podcast and then tweet me at @cat_.
That's how I found you. Carolina Panthers Podcast, and you're the first one that popped up.
Yes. See, that's what I want to hear. And if you Google that, tweet me at @cat_chronicles, because these fans right here, myself, Cody Lashley, Joe Riolano, who's not on the show because of health reasons anymore, we've been doing this each and every week since 2013, bro. And this is about, we are actually generating the most valuable sports discussion because we follow these teams religiously. So don't tune into the national networks. Google, listen to these podcasts like this, guys. It is where the real, and look, you can like or dislike takes or things like that, but you guys are following this team each and every week, all day, every day. And that passion, that commitment shows in your show. And I thank you. And I think that if you check out our show, guys, you'll see the same thing.
Oh, I definitely can. I can garner that sentiment. I was thoroughly entertained. I took notes on stuff to formulate questions, and I had some stuff that we didn't even get to that I disagreed on, but I was entertained. I wasn't mad. I didn't think anything was hot take-ish. Nothing was outlandishly stupid. It's you guys do a great job. So, yes, make sure to follow them. C3 Panthers Podcast. It doesn't matter, dude. You won't even realize how long you're listening, how long they go. It's just full of great nuggets, football, entertainment, all the way through. You want to follow these guys. Thank you a lot, Tony.
Thank you again, Tony.
All right, thank you. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great night.
You too.
You too. All right, folks, we're going to take a break, and Dave and I will be back to finish up the show for the night. And if you haven't had enough of our banter tonight, you want to visit NFL Addictions on Facebook.com for all of your NFL banter and debate. It's not a trash talk site, so keep it clean and keep it cordial. That's NFL Addictions on Facebook.com. And if you still have an itch to scratch when you're done with that, you want to visit Raz Addictions on Facebook.com to play their version of the raffle for all kinds of chances at cool prizes. You can even win some cash. Buy a $10 raffle ticket with a chance at $100. That's a chance to win 10 times your money. It don't get any better than that. That's Raz Addictions on Facebook.com for all kinds of cool prizes. Tell them what you've won, Dave.
I've won everything from NFL tailgating barbecue sets. I've got old school helmets. I've got new style helmets. I've got memorabilia rings. I've got signed banners. I've got signed footballs. I've got everything that Raz Addiction offers, folks. They also have more that I haven't won, which is surprising, but they're cheap, affordable, and they're certified stuffs that you can win. So go ahead and check it out.
That's Raz Addictions on Facebook.com. Go there, play, and win. And now it's time for shout-outs.
We have at Packers 365 with Ryan Molstad, host of the First and Goal 365 post-game show, covers all things Packers with passion and great insight. Then we have Miss at Julie Noted _PFG NFL writer and co-founder with at Backs Football Guru of at PFG Vibe and PFG Vibecast. Julie is also a Colts writer for at Our Turf Football, a women's group of sports writers with having great pieces and is a great sports follow. Also, we have PackToTheFuture.com, where it features us on their podcast sections, where you can get all the things you didn't even know, where you can check out Packers news and check out tickets to the games and even Packer event updates.
At Parker Momos is a Packers writer and contributor for Die Hard Packer Fan, a great young writer with a different view of the game and brings a ton of energy and passion to his work. Then you've got at Monty JP231, the founder and host of the Full Monty Football Show every Sunday live at 11 a.m. Eastern, featured by Nuts and Bolts Sports on blogtalkradio.com. He works hard on Sundays so you don't have to. And follow the rest of the crew too at Greg Cowboys, at Lion Cuban, and at the other George Lopez. Again, that's at Monty JP231 on the Twitter.
We're going to round this out with the NFC North Round Table fellas. Starting off with at Mike Zimmer's Ears. JB is co-host of the Heart and Skull podcast. Then we have at the Fifth Top. Julius Porter is a Detroit native Lions writer for at Detroit Sports Nation, and Uncle Mike 21. Austin Fugelstad is the co-host of at Hollis Hall Brawl, covering all the things you need to know about the Bears, Vikings, Lions, and Packers from these fellas. Also, special shout out to Julius Porter. He's going over to Afghanistan, folks. He's going over to be a contractor to help set up for the soldiers. Go ahead and keep him in your prayers. We're going to miss you, buddy. We'll be holding a spot for you when you get back. We'll miss you and love you.
Much love, Julius. Stay safe, buddy. And as always, you can follow us on the Twitter at First and Goal Pod, myself at UPJ33, Dave is at Steak and Cheese, the fantasy wonder himself, Dylan at DylanBusby1. Email us at firstandgoalpodcast@yahoo.com with all your football and Packer questions. Give us your comments, and you just might end up making the show live. Again, that's firstandgoalpodcast@yahoo.com. All right, we are back, and we're live. Well, and, Dylan's not here, but, let's talk fantasy football anyway, because it's relevant.
Some big trades that have happened.
Yeah, and so whatever. We got some time to kill.
Whatever.
Whatever. So, Dave, I have gotten Devontae Adams for Aaron Jones and DK Metcalf. And then on the waiver wire today, I did get awarded the players that I was looking for. I have one more waiver claim that did not go through because I didn't have a roster spot or whatever. I don't know what it did, but it just went back to the waiver claim. It didn't give it to me. But I got my wide receiver, I got my running back, and I got my kicker I was looking for. Got Tampa Bay's kicker Gay, who's the number 4 overall points leader as kickers.
You took Ronald Jones, you SOB.
I got Ronald Jones.
I tried to put in for him.
And I also got Josh Gordon from Seattle.
I was eyeing him, but I picked up another guy in Zach Pascal. He's the
I just was looking for depth because I had gotten rid of a bunch of my receivers and shit in trades. So, and then I also got back Tyreek Hill and traded away Curtis Samuel, who I got in the Nick Chubb trade to get Tyreek Hill, and Tyrell Williams, who was a pretty decent. And those guys were rated